Hi, I'm Kenji Hoffmann. I was born in California, raised in New York, came to Japan because of my father's business. I love Japan culture, I love the way Japanese people live, and I decided to stay in Japan. I used to build custom cars. That is my background. I can weld, I can fabricate. I am a creative guy. I have invented many things. And today I have been really concentrating on changing the farming industry in Japan. Hatakehottoke was founded in 2021 between myself and 3 other very close friends. We all have diverse backgrounds. We have nothing to do with farming. But during COVID, we all moved from Tokyo to Nagano. Although none of us have ever been involved in farming, one of our mutual friends introduced us to growing rice. And that's where we found the hardships and all the things we didn't want to do that farmers do daily. We were all wondering if there's an easier way using technology to ease the hardships that every farmer experiences every day. So that's how our company was established. Our product is called Mizunigol. This is a product that helps weed control in rice paddies. Whenever you don't use any chemicals, whenever you do everything that nature gives to us, there's a huge problem of weeding your rice paddies. So we came up with a robot. Our first prototype was radio controlled, and our next prototype hopefully will be automatic.
農薬を使わないでね、いわゆる無農薬とかそういうので作ろうとすると、植えた稲の隣にこう隙間から草が生えてきて、稲が日陰になって、で生育が悪くなって、だから結構ね草取りが大事なんですけど、近くでね無農薬で作ってる人に聞いたら、手で一個一個取るの大変なんで、そのチェーンをね引っ張るって言うんですよ。自分が背負ってでこう引っ張りながら田んぼの中歩くんですよね。そうするとそれチェーンがこう稲のところをこうバーッと水をかき混ぜて濁らせると光合成ができないので、こう草があんまり生えにくくなると。で調べたら墨汁まくっていう人がいたりとか、いろいろ方法あるらしいんですけどね。でもね、やっぱ21世紀なんでね、自動でロボットがやってくれたらいいよねっていう話で、たまたま友達のケンジ・ホーフマンっていうアメリカ人がいて、発明家なんですけどね。で、ケンちゃんさ、こういうの田んぼの水勝手に濁らしてくれる機械作りたいんだけどって言ったら、3日で試作機を作ってくれて、
人が汚れないで全部が濁ってくれたら嬉しいよね。思ってた以上に水が濁ってくれた、土が協力してくれたというような感触だった。テストした土台はちょっと硬い方だったんだよね。でもあれだけ濁ってくれたから、ちゃんとね耕された田んぼでやったらかなりうまくいくんじゃないかなっていう手応えですね。で走らせたことによって欠点が全部浮き彫りになったんで、今それを改善してます。だいぶ近いけどもう2声ぐらいかな。
農作業を体験してみて初めてこんな大変なことやってたんだっていうことがよく分かりましたので、そういう意味ではもうそれをね技術の力でテクノロジーでもっと簡単にして、もっと気軽にこういろんな人たちが農業に取り組めるように、できたらいいなっていうふうに思ってますので、ぜひ支えていただけると、協力して賛同して支援していただけると本当に嬉しく思います。よろしくお願いします。
Our sole concept, our goal, is to not have to do what I don't want to do. Therefore, we had to make it very convenient, very easy, very compact, and easy to obtain. And so if we were able to de-weed our rice paddies without entering the rice paddies, that was one of our number one goals, which we succeeded. It is small, light, and compact, and it's very, very easy to operate. So anybody can use this. And also, you only use these products a few weeks out of the year. So we are thinking setting up a rental system so that it will be a lot less expensive for anybody to obtain. When we started this project, we started studying how we can stop weed growth. We learned that if we modify the water, it stops or it deters the weeds from growing as fast as they usually do. Compared to clear water, modified water, it slows it down. But as we started studying more and more and more, we found that the weeds, there are nothing but seedlings. There are two types of seedlings. One is a regular seed and one is bulbular. And the seeds are in the dirt, and inside the dirt is dark. And when it's dark, it tries to pop its head out and tries to grow. Now, by modifying the water, all we're doing is giving them a longer challenge to grow out into the sunlight. So we found that even though we modify the water, some of the weeds still thrive. So we started changing our approach to how we de-weed rice paddy. And so we are now in experimental mode as to how to do it really efficiently so that there's less work for the farmers. Basically, the growth of weeds start with photosynthesis. So just that alone, just by modifying the water alone, is usually not enough. The bulbs, in turn, are already in the ground, deep, when they start to grow. They're about 30 centimeters from the surface, and no matter how much we scratch the surface of the dirt or the mud, they'll still grow. So our next version, hopefully, will take care of that problem as well. We want to expand our services as far as trying to teach people how to take care of their rice paddy before and after our planting and the growth process. So after the growth process, if we take certain measures, we can stop the bulbs from sprouting. And so after we finish growing and before we start planting is very, very essential for weed control. So throughout the year, we want to help, as a full package, help farmers understand how to control the weed. And I think this service will be the most unique service anybody can have. Our motivation to make what we made was simply, I'm repeating myself, stuff that I don't want to do, my friends don't want to do. Most of farming equipment is big, it's clumsy, it's heavy, very complicated, and very hard to take to the rice paddy and bring back home. And so we wanted to make something simple, cheap, light, something that anybody can put in the trunk of their car and still get the same results. This product was developed in approximately 6-month period between myself and one other engineer. And we have recreated many, many, many different prototypes, and we have honed in from a lot of information we gathered this year. An average Japanese rice paddy is approximately 1,000 square meters in area. And for the farmers that do not use any chemicals, they usually try to de-weed everything by pulling a chain through the rice paddy, which is a very, very common method. Chain weeding takes about 90 minutes per rice paddy. That's approximately 1,000 square meters. They usually perform this act every 5 days, approximately 8 times a season. And that total working time comes to about 720 minutes. And please understand, 720 minutes of walking through mud in a rice paddy. That's a lot of work under the sun during the summertime, and that's not easy. Our product, Mizunigol, takes about 15 minutes to de-weed the same amount of space, and obviously it depends on the condition of the field. We run it for a longer time or more often, but most of the time we do it every other day. The total working time for this would be 270 minutes per season. So that's 1/3 of the time required, and we accomplish the same thing, and there's no human interaction. We never step foot in the rice paddy. So it's a lot better for people that are lazy like me. And we are right now focused on next year's version, which will be fully automated. All you do is take the machine, which is very light to handle, put it in front of the rice paddy, turn the switch on, and it will go automatically. So you can stay in your air-conditioned car while the robot does the work for you. So there's less fatigue on anyone. This year, we personally looked over 7 of our rice paddies. And it was not perfect. There was a little bit of hand weeding, but most of it, 90%, went really, really well. So our machine is on its way, and we are, again, enhancing, evolving, and we will have a better version for next year. Our machine is very compact. It will fit in the trunk of a regular sedan. This can be operated just about by anyone. We have taken it to a rice paddy where the grandfather, the owner of the farm, actually controlled it, and he did a perfect job. The son controlled it, and it was very interesting. His 6-year-old son had so much fun, he would not want to let it go. So he kept on bugging his father, when can I do it again? So anybody of any age can operate this unit. Any farmer in any part of the world that wants to farm without using pesticide, without using any deadly chemicals, without hurting the environment, we can help you. The economic aspect, I believe that my robot will reduce the amount of hours spent on the rice paddy, not in the rice paddy. So the physical demand will be reduced, the productivity will be increased, so one person can handle more rice paddies than ever before. Not only that, it will intrigue the younger generations to want to farm. I think farmland will be passed on from generation to generation because they want to, not because they don't want to because of the hardship. Our product, Mizunigor, lowers the challenges of weeding, even though we are pesticide-free cultivation. By doing so, the number of herbicides that are used is reduced, the number of chemicals used are significantly reduced, which is very, very good for the microorganisms, the biodiversity in the soil, and it makes the earth way more sustainable. I think we are getting closer back to nature. Pesticide-free cultivation increases the number of microorganisms in the soil. As a result, the CO2 in the atmosphere can be absorbed by the soil much, much easier, making it an effective means of halting global warming. The social aspect of our robots. Right now, agriculture in Japan, the average age is going up. The people wanting to farm are going down, and farming is right now in a very, very bad place. I think by using robotics, using technology, making farming a lot easier, where one person can do more and make it worth their while. If their production goes up, obviously their profits increase, they can all live a more comfortable life, and I think we'll have a balanced society. Especially in Japan, the average age in this population has really increased, and it is a serious problem right now. As in reference to the UN SDGs, I found that we kind of fit into several categories. As for number 3, good health. I have tasted, or I have eaten most of my life, rice that has been cultivated with using chemicals. And when I had a first taste of a rice paddy with no chemicals, I could not go back. It not only tastes good, but obviously it's much more healthy for your living. So no chemical farming, non-chemical farming has its challenges, but it has a lot of benefits. And it's good for the land. It's good for the earth. So no chemicals in the ground is my way of doing business. And I think our project help enhance people, and lessen the challenges of non-chemical. For example, a lot of weeds happen when you don't use any chemicals. So our machine will help support the farmers so that they don't have to worry about the weeds without using chemical. Number 8, economic growth. I think by having more and more people being able to use robotics for farming, that will help them do more farming, in other words, more rice paddies in one season, and have more income and have a happier life. I think that will be the key factor for economic growth within the farming industry. A lot of young people don't follow the path of the farmers' parents because it's not worth the labor that is involved. And it's too much work for so little pay. But if robots can take over the hard physical labor, I feel that the farming will be a lot more interesting, a lot more yield, and a lot more happy families. And I think the children will follow footsteps of the parents more so than without having the robotics. Now, number 9, industry innovation. I believe that a lot of the methodology that is being used for farming today is kind of old. And in today's day and age, with all this technology, all this computing power, and all these robotics, why not take advantage of what the robots can take over, what people have to do? And there's so many sectors in farming that I have known to do that I don't want to do because of the intensive physical labor that 100% robots can take over. It's just a matter of innovating something new and coming up with the answer to creating the farming industry into technology. So I truly believe that nature and technology will work hand in hand and enhance each other to a point where the farmers have less physical labor and more yield. So the industry innovation, I think, is a very important part, and I think the timing of technology today is the perfect timing to enhance farming for sure. Number 13, climate action. I believe that a lot of the farming land, especially in Japan, a lot of the rice paddies are not being utilized. And because of that, the carbon dioxide has no place to go, which is causing global warming. So a lot of the farmland that are using too much chemical create a desert of land. And it's creating more problems than solutions. But by using robotics and using more cultivating the microorganisms, by using natural farming, no chemicals, I think our movement will actually enhance throughout the world, and suppress global warming. And not only that, have the microbials enhance, the growth of this planet and make this place a lot more greener. And this kind of runs into number 15, life on ground. Life on ground, I think the microorganisms, like I just said, has to flourish. Without that, it kills everything. Trees don't grow, everything turns into desert. We will not be able to have enough farmland to feed the people. We're going to, enter an era where there's going to be food shortage. But I think we can still turn that around right now. I think we still have time. I think we should cultivate more, use a lot more natural resources, and allow nature to do its job. And as long as we are one with the earth and let nature do what it's good at, I think everybody will eat good food, be a lot more healthy, less pollution, and the earth will fix itself. So I think that the goals that we have are in line with the UN SDGs. Our machines will continually evolve. Our machines will continually get better. And I've been working very, very hard at trying to find the best answer for each machine. Next year, hopefully, we'll have something that is automated, something that is hands-free, something that the machine will run on its own, hopefully stop on its own, and no human interaction required. That will be a hands-off, something that will go automatic. I think something like that, including different attachments depending on the quality of your rice paddy, depending on your situation. If we have different attachments that can go on our machine that can accommodate pretty much any farmer in Japan, that is what we're striving for 2023. Right now, in Japan, there's only 0.5% of organic farms. The Japanese government has set a target for raising that up to 25% by 2050. They call this plan the Green Food Strategy. I have absolute confidence that our product, Mizunigor, will fit right into their plans and help cultivate and help the farmers do organic farming. Therefore, I hope that the government can support us just as well. Each and every one that is involved in this project, we all come from very different backgrounds. But one common denomination between the four of us is we're not afraid of failure. We never give up and we always overcome. Whenever there's a challenge, we don't think about how we can't do it. We try to figure out how we can do it. And I think one of the strongest suits for us is we're not farmers. We don't have any preconceived methodology. There is nothing behind us that tells us this is the only way to do it. We have an open mind. We all have a very strong entrepreneurial spirit, and we're very, very good at what we're experienced in. So I think there's a synergy that puts us supporting each other and creating results that we are looking for. Usually, when people think of productivity, it's usually referred on the economic side of business. I think right now we are more concerned about the global environment and sustainability. I believe that true productivity is the future of the global environment. I think to be able to help people be healthier, have a more healthy earth to grow our crop from, I think that in itself is productivity. After getting into farming, we've noticed that most of the larger corporations support the large farmers. They create large equipment, they create for mass production, lots of very innovative, convenient machinery. We want to focus on the small farmers. We want the small farmers to strive We want the small farmers to have fun doing what they do and be proud of what they do. And I want them to be able to pass it on generation to generation. And I hope everything that we create by turning technology, robotics into farming, supporting the small farmers, they can pass it on through generations and enjoy their industry. Thank you very much for your attention.